And good morning to you. Imagine a bottle of beer 220 years old. Well, that exact thing was discovered off the coast of Australia. Researchers at the Queen Victoria Museum and Art Gallery used the ancient yeast and an 18th century beer recipe to make, yes, their own brew. It's called, fittingly, Preservation Ale. Joining us now live from Melbourne in Australia is the curator of the museum in question, David Thurrowgood. David, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Tell us where this yeast actually came from.
This yeast has come from a bottle that was recovered from the bottom of the ocean at Preservation Island, which is off the northeast coast of Tasmania. It sank in a shipwreck approximately 220 years ago.
What did it look like and smell like, David, when you opened up a bottle of beer that's more than 200 years old?
I have to say the original beer didn't smell very good at all. It smelled very stale, very poor, and it certainly isn't something you would drink. But what was of most interest to us was the fine material in the bottom, which enabled us to produce yeast to recreate the beer.
Yeah, that's what's fascinating. So you get the ancient yeast, you get this 18th century recipe for beer, you put it all together, and you were able to recreate a bottle of beer.
We were indeed. In fact, we think we've recreated the oldest beer in the world from our research, and what you can see here is in fact 2 bottles of 40 in existence. And as a special treat for you, I'm able to open one of those for your viewers to show you beer created with 220-year-old yeast.
Wow. Hey, what does it taste like?
Well, I'm biased, but I think it tastes fantastic. And in fact, we've had a couple of real professional beer tasters have a taste of this, and they've loved it too. It's been unique and different to anything that they've ever tasted. And we think that relates to the fact that the genetics of this are completely different to anything else in the yeast community. So we've compared this particular yeast to most of the brewing yeasts that are known in the world, from the beer community, the wine community, the bread brewing community. And we have a very unusual 3-way hybrid, which seems to have history relating back to early yeast, particularly Belgian yeast.
David, it's been great having you on the program. Congratulations and all the best with this. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you very much for having me.
David Thurrowgood joining us from Melbourne in Australia.